Want to come and explore one of the coolest neighborhoods in Portland that you probably never heard of? Well, come with me today and we're going to explore the neighborhood of Richmond right here in Southeast Portland. My name's Aaron Cullen. I'm a local real estate agent right here in Portland, Oregon. If you guys have any questions or you guys are thinking about moving here, whether it's next week or next year, go ahead and reach out and give me a call. Pause the screen. Here's my phone number. Down in the description area is my email and all my contact information and my website if you want to get some more information about Portland. All right, let's jump right into it. We're in the middle of winter, and as you can see, we have some blue skies. Yeah, in Portland, we call that a blue sky day. 50 degrees. You couldn't ask for better weather than this. I think this is kind of one of the best kept secrets about Portland is that it's not overcast and rainy all the time in the winter. You actually have a lot of days like this, but shh, don't tell anybody. So we're here in Richmond. This is a really cool neighborhood in Southeast Portland. This ranks right up there. And one of my favorite, if you're looking for that, very neighborhoody feel, but you're still 100% walkability to restaurants, yoga shops. You got all these cool craftsmen. I mean, look at all these here behind me. This one right here in front of me. I mean, just really amazing homes. And for being in the urban city environment, I mean, it's very quiet. Yeah, you can hear a little bit of traffic here and there, but that's one of the things I really like about this neighborhood. Same with Tabor, you get that real 100% walkability, very neighborhoody feel. In Richmond, one of the things I like about it is you got a better price point here than you do, say, in Mount Tabor. If you're not from here, you probably haven't heard of Richmond. So it's a great neighborhood to look into. If your price point is in that 700, 650 on the very low end, if you don't mind a fixer-upper, all the way up to like $1 million for something that's a brand new build. And in fact, I got a treat for you guys. We're gonna go and check out a brand new build that's under construction right now here in this neighborhood of Richmond. It's a local builder that I know that does a lot of these small projects in and around Portland, especially Southeast, actually classified as a condo, even though it's a detached home. And that's just something they have to do with the city for zoning purposes to take that large single family lot and turn it into multiple houses. That's something the city's doing to encourage higher density around the city and lower priced housing available to more people. So what they have is they have the main house, which isn't a total tear down, but I mean, wait till you guys see it. I mean, it is like practically all brand new, everything. Back behind it, they have two other small detached houses. And those are gonna be priced, the smaller ones are like 2-bed, 2-bath, around 850 square feet, but they pack a lot into it. Those are gonna be priced at around 600,000. And then the main house, which is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, that is gonna be priced probably right around that $1 million range, but you're getting a brand new house. If any of those sound interesting to you, go ahead and look in the description area, because when it's completed, I'll go ahead and post some little things about it and a link so you can check out what it looked like when it's finished. But this is a great little inside peek into what some of these redevelopment projects in and around Portland look like. So here we are coming up to Division. This is the main street here through Richmond, and this is gonna have all the shops, yoga studios, ice cream store. They got a Salt and Straw. That's my personal favorite ice cream place. Love to take my kids to Salt and Straw. If you haven't tried it, you gotta try it when you come to Portland. It's amazing. Here we are on a Monday afternoon, very quiet right here. So you can get a sense here, kind of the traffic on a Monday afternoon. You can see all the different commercial venues down there. They got some outdoor seating over there as well. Let's go ahead and take just a little bit of walk down here. So we've just come out of the neighborhood and this is on the main commercial drag right here. They got a great pizza shop, sushi, anything you can want is gonna be right here on Division. Let's also talk about the schools. The public schools for the Richmond neighborhood are amazing, A+. So you got the Richmond Elementary School, which also draws to a great middle school and high school. So that's another good draw for this area. So let's turn back in here. We're gonna go off of Richmond, the main drag, and go back into the neighborhood over here. So you can turn around, you can kind of see heading back in here to the residential neighborhood. Here we got a Pilates studio right across the street, and then boom, now we're going right into the neighborhoods. So I'll pull up the map here so you can see just where we are in Portland. So we're just east of downtown, and just north of us, we got Hawthorne. You know, Hawthorne you've probably heard of. That's probably one of the most like popular areas for original, trendy places to be in Hawthorne, for all the shops. Again, walkability, bars, restaurants, you know, all that kind of stuff they got in Hawthorne. That's one of the great things about Portland is there's so many little pockets of little main streets with the local shops and things like that. So this Richmond area is kind of on the south portion, say of like Hawthorne's on the north side. Then you got Richmond down here. And then if you go further west, you know, you run into places like Ladd's Addition, Sunnyside, and then you hit the river of the Willamette, and then you're over in downtown there on the west side. I mean, just listen how quiet it is here. It is great. And you get some really big older homes here too, like this one right down here. Varied, a lot of character, a lot of different variants in the types of properties here. You get those smaller cottages on up to these bigger homes. And here we are coming up to Clinton. And look at this cool Victorian style house right here on the corner. Well, that's a really cool house. And it looks like they did a great job restoring it as well. This neighborhood also has a lot of homeowners in it, which is great to see. It's about 60% homeowners and 40% renters. That's a good mix. If it's a place you're gonna buy a home, it's always nice to have a higher percentage of homeowners versus renters, because then you get a higher level of exterior maintenance, private ownership, and all those things, which helps keep the value of the neighborhood and the homes up. All right, and here we are with Dustin, a local builder right here in the Richmond neighborhood. He's being cool enough to show us one of his current projects. Hey man, thanks for meeting.
Absolutely, yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, so tell us just a little bit about this project and kind of like the size, someone who isn't super familiar with Richmond, what to kind of expect with a house like this.
Yeah, well, what we have is this is an 1890s house, so an old craftsman home that had just kind of a crumbling foundation. What we look for are these older homes that need a lot of help, need to be restored. Basically, everything in the house is old and decrepit and needs to be brought up to modern code. And then we also look for like oversized lots so we can add density to these lots. Yeah. So with those two combinations, we find a house that needs some help and we give it some help. So this house actually had a crumbling foundation, so we had to lift the house all the way up, and then we put a bigger basement in here, a basement in-law suite, completely restored the house. So the only thing that's left here from the original house is going to be kind of the main footprint of the interior area and structure itself, the bones of the framing. So, but every component of this house is brand new. Insulation, the roofing, and most importantly, the plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. So essentially you're buying a new home here, but you get the old charm and historic value of a house that was here in the 1800s.
Yeah, and this is a really cool project. So if you look just, you know, next door, here's a house that's original. And then if I pull out here so you can see up to the second story up here, this is actually the original house that was here. And then he lifted it up, and all this down here, right here behind him, is all brand new. Really cool build, pretty amazing what he's doing here on this. And you can see it's a little bit of a muddy mess here right now during the construction.
It's really interesting. Maybe flash through a video of the original house, but there was just this massive staircase that went all the way up to the front of this house, maybe like 14 steps that went all the way up.
Oh wow.
What we've done is just opened up this whole front area and have a nice access to a basement unit here.
Why do you like the neighborhood of Richmond? Like what attracts you to like do builds here?
Yeah, it's such a beautiful neighborhood. I've lived in, Woodstock and around this neighborhood my whole life, but the Richmond neighborhood, you have Division and all the great restaurants, and you have Clinton. It's like, I just love Clinton. This is maybe my third or fourth project on Clinton, the biking street. You have all the traffic coming up and down. It's just a really beautiful neighborhood. All the people around this neighborhood really care about their neighborhood, and it's a little eccentric, quirky. You have all these houses that have been restored. You look around here, there's no houses. They're all old, but they've all been completely restored.
Actually, Dustin was just talking about this house down here, and I'll throw that up for you. Essentially like a duplex right there, the White House. And that was for sale recently, and that went pending for around $1 million, right?
1 million, yeah. 1 million. So yeah, that house was a very similar lot. The existing structure was not in good condition, so they tore it down, and then they built up a whole duplex. What we've done here is we restored this house. This is an oversized lot. We built the 2 detached ADUs in the back, and then we condoized those and sell them off individually. So we will be able to hit the market with these condos sub 600. which is really hard to do in this neighborhood of getting a brand new house.
How's that gonna work as far as the footprint on this house once you like?
What we've done is there's enough room here to actually have the separate entrance for each one of the condos in the back. That one over on the north side will have its own, actually a driveway and stairs going up to the house and parking up there. And then this one over on the south side has a full staircase going up to the house. So it'll have its own front yard and their own main entrance. This one will have a staircase coming up in the front. Separate water and separate electrical. So there's no shared common space with these condos. So it's essentially just like a regular house. The only difference is you're paying a small HOA just to record the condo plat with the Multnomah County. So we're looking at like a $40 HOA, but everything else is independent. There's not a roof or siding or anything that you have to share or have a maintenance plan with at all.
Ones that are classified as a condo, because really they're kind of like bungalows, really. As far as the city's concerned, you have to classify them as a condo.
Yeah.
What size are those gonna be?
They're about 850. One's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and then the other is a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, and they're both 850 square feet.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the basement unit. We lifted this house up and the plans called for 8-foot ceilings, but you know, when a house is up in the air, might as well bring it up just a little bit more. So these basement units can get a little dark and gloomy sometimes. So we notice, we try to put in big windows and try to bring as much natural light as possible, and having these taller ceilings really help. We have 8-foot doors, a pretty decent floor plan here. This is a 2-bedroom down here, what we call an in-law suite. It's not a separate ADU. So whoever buys the house, they can rent this out or have a mother-in-law or, kids, older kids live down here, second generation.
Yeah, I like how tall the ceilings are. It really does help it feel a lot more airy in here.
Shower's kind of under construction here still, but decent mud set shower and vanity. And we have 2 bedrooms with the larger windows. These are egress windows.
Yeah, those are really nice and big.
Yeah, try to bring in as much, as much light as we can into these rooms.
There's one, here's the second bedroom.
Separate laundry and everything. So we want this space to live independently. It doesn't have to share anything with the upper unit, except for the bills, water, sewer, electric, everything for here. Down lower is going to be shared with the upper unit, but the heating controls are on independent. So with these in-law suites, we have to have a staircase, and it's actually helpful because sometimes we get buyers that want to use this space for their kids, and they don't want to rent it out. They want to actually just have grandma live down there. And so we keep the staircases just in case. That one's there. We'll have a lock on it though, like it is an exterior door, supposed to be an exterior door with a deadbolt on it. So actually this floor plan in this house was so bad. The stairs actually went right up the middle of it, and it had 4 rooms in all the corners, and they were all tiny. Even the living room, the kitchen, everything was so small. None of it was functional. Even the living room, as you can imagine, if there was a staircase in the middle, the living room was 10 feet, 10 feet by 12 feet. Every one of these little rooms was just too small. And so we had to relocate the staircase over on this side, punched out a big dormer up here. So we brought in a ton of natural light up there, opens everything up. One of the favorite things I like about this house is being on the porch here. Well, we'll just step out here, but you just get this nice view of this neighborhood, and you're kind of sitting up above everything, and it's just kind of a nice space. This house is one of the tallest. We're kind of sitting up on this little hill, so it's one of the tallest in the neighborhood. It has a nice little feel to it.
Yeah, this porch is great.
Yeah. So this upstairs unit has 3 bedrooms. It is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. We have hardwood stairs going all the way up. Smaller bedroom out here. We have another bedroom on this side. You'll find the primary here. When you have these places opened up, I like to do what's right for the house. And so it takes a little bit of extra engineering to make this work, but I thought it was really important to open up these ceilings, some exposed beams up there. These are 12-foot ceilings. Really cool. This is a huge bedroom, but it feels fairly grand for when you have these big ceilings up here. We have a primary bathroom. Maybe you can tell me what you think about this color, because I'm gonna repaint this bathroom. I don't like it.
You're gonna repaint it? Yeah, I saw all the doors were already painted.
Yeah, all the doors, all the trim is this, what is like an army green. And I'm just not in love with it. I don't think it's gonna work. We're gonna bring it back white.
What do you guys think? Put in the comments section. Do you like the color or not?
I heard this is trendy. Maybe I'm not trendy. I don't know. It's not working. I'm not feeling it. Another one is this bathroom. So we have the main bathroom, which I think it's a little dark here. I don't know if we can bring in. This is one component of the house, the original house. We have this clawfoot tub. So that was up in a remodeled bathroom. And we went pretty dark in here, which I was a little skeptical at first. I think it's gonna work. We're gonna leave this bathroom. Obviously I have a lot of drywall patches going on here, but we'll have a nice clawfoot tub in here, and that's original.
Yeah, I like it.
Usually with these condos, they don't have a lot of space for a yard landscaping. Both of these will actually have a pretty decent front yard that goes all the way forward. Yeah, they feel pretty grand. If we kind of tour that one over there. We did vaulted ceilings and double high ceilings. So the living room has 28-foot ceilings, and for an 850 square foot space, again, feels very grand.
Yeah. So, and what do you think roughly price range you think you'll be putting this one on the market for?
I think we're gonna go right at $1 million for this one. Okay. Yeah, so $1 million for the home is a good deal. I would say that if this house was not a condo, this house was sold individually on a 5,000 square foot lot, say the lot here because it's kind of cut up, carved out. If you had a big full backyard, comparable houses like this that are fully restored would go for closer to like 1.2, 1.3 million. But since you're buying a condo and you're giving up a little backyard, you actually get a great deal. Yeah. This is actually a 2-2, so 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and usually these 800 square foot units, it's hard to get that second bathroom in there, but we're able to make this one work. So we have 1 bedroom up here and its own bathroom, big window, facing the street frontage. That's another thing that is important when we're building these units. People don't like these little ADUs stuffed behind the houses. So look for lots where we can actually have some frontage. This will have a nice front yard. It's gonna have its own staircase coming up. Like I said, with this one, it's maybe a little big. I was kind of experimenting, so it's something a little new. But again, we build these 800 square foot units, and sometimes they are small. Like it is a small living area. It's a little compact.
Wow.
But having these big spaces and these big ceilings that go all the way up really feels grand, really feels good.
And I don't know if I've ever seen a ladder that big. That's probably the biggest ladder I've ever seen. Was it a Christmas present? I see a bow at the top.
Yeah, right. We'll have a nice little patio, its own little backyard, a fenced area, working on the landscaping right now. And
so this will be the backyard for this unit right here?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So have a little bit of grass back here, a little patio. It'll be private, so there'll be a fence also blocking this way, so have its own little area. So
that's cool.
This would be more the primary bedroom up here. Again, these rooms are like fairly compact. I wouldn't say it's the largest room, but we go with the vaulted ceilings. It just adds a little bit of extra. It feels a little spacious, a little bit more spacious, like 10 by 12 bedroom.
With a skylight, which is nice.
Yes, again, we've kind of learned these things can feel small sometimes, so we try to bring in as much light as possible. Our development company is the Luminant company, so we like to bring in light.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like how high up you feel.
It feels good, yeah.
Here.
Actually, I believe that these will be most likely the highest valued ADUs that have sold in Portland.
Yeah.
I believe like the strongest comp that we have around here for one of these ADUs is 550, and I think we'll be above that.
These will be classified as condos.
These are condos.
Yeah, it's its own little house.
Yeah, so, it is.
It feels a lot bigger than 850.
It does, yeah, this one does. Yeah. So the unit over there feels smaller because it doesn't have this double high ceiling. It's only a 2, 1.5. But that one actually has its own parking, which is pretty clutch around here because
nice.
we're a block away from Division. We're on a pretty tight street, and it's tough to park around here. So having its own parking space, I think will bring some added value for that one. So,
but yeah, having a brand new house at that 600 range price point. That's great.
In this neighborhood you can't get. In this neighborhood for $600,000, you're gonna get a house that needs a lot of repair. It maybe is functional and maybe it passes inspections, but you know that roof needs to be replaced. You know that wiring is knob and tube. You know that the plumbing is old lines that in these freezes, they burst, and so everything in here has all been upgraded. It's all brand new. It's under warranty. You're not going to have to worry about anything. So it's impossible to get into this neighborhood at that price point without also sharing a wall. So, you know, you might be able to buy a condo or something down here that you have neighbors above you or below you, but this is a real house. Like this is you know, you have windows on all sides and it's your own feel.
Yeah. If you have any questions on these amazing builds, go ahead and reach out and I can get you guys some more information. And I'm really looking forward to these being built and finished. I think the design on them and just how high these ceilings are for such a small house, I haven't seen any that have like this kind of airy feeling. So I think it's gonna go quick.
I think so, I hope so. Yeah. We're looking forward to that.
Hope you've enjoyed this video about Richmond. It's a really neat neighborhood, so hopefully it comes through on the video. And again, if you guys are thinking about making a trip out here, go ahead and reach out and we can talk some more details about the neighborhoods and what might be a good fit for you. If you like this video, stay tuned because you might like the next one coming up right now.